Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. UFC 324 is almost here with Justin Gaethje and Paddy Pimblett for the interim lightweight title. But another absolute banger in the card is the feature fight: Sean O'Malley versus the Dong, Song Yadong. Very interesting fight with potential title implications, and the winner will probably be the next in line after, most likely after the Merabion trilogy, because I think that's gonna be the next fight at the Bantamweight title. But yeah, absolute banger. I initially thought this could be a good stylistic matchup for Sean O'Malley, um, because while Song is athletic and dangerous, I find him a bit too basic on the feet for Sean O'Malley. But I still wanted to dive deep and look at what what are things that Sean O'Malley can probably find on Song Yadong. But before we take a look into the tape, I wanted to show this absolute gem that I found during rewatching all of Song Yadong's fight. An absolute a level of incompetence that you will not see anywhere else. Daniel Cormier in the commentary during the Song Yadong versus Petrian fight. I honestly wish that I can find a free money glitch like how DC found the commentary gig. I really wasn't expecting to be roasting DC again because I already made two videos shitting on him, but here we are. Anyhow, let's just jump into the actual analysis. Song Yadong fights out of a wide, kind of a bladed stance, with typically with a long guard, with his left arm usually extended, or sometimes he will just use the high guard. And he can be flat-footed, especially when he's the one going forward. But this stance immediately creates two problems. Due to the wide stance, his lead leg is generally up for taking. Song really doesn't check kicks, and is usually a bit too late when he tries. So this is something that all of Song Yadong's opponent has been exploiting. So Cody Sandhagen was consistently going to the legs. Petrian did it. Cejudo was probably the one that spammed a lot of leg kicks against Song Yadong, but the legs are there to take. So I think this Sean O'Malley is also quite good with his leg kicks. So I think he will also be consistently hurting Song Yadong. And what's worse is he plants himself a lot to the ground. So if you time the leg kick right, you can really do a lot of damage. And probably O'Malley will be looking for this. And the second problem with the stance is that because of the high guard or the long guard, his body is usually also really open a lot of times. And this is something that Jan and Sandhagen were consistently landing shots to. And they were using a lot of left hooks and a lot of roundhouse kicks. Even body jabs would be good. But another thing that O'Malley will most likely be doing during this fight is the front teep, because not only because I think Song Yadong will be pressuring him a lot in this fight. I don't think he will be giving more space to Sean O'Malley, but rather pressure him. And the front teep is gonna be a good weapon to stop any pressure from Song Yadong. So after this, if you look at his when Song Yadong has his high guard, usually open down in the middle, and this is also something that Song Yadong needs to be careful with, because this is something that Petr Yan was landing consistently in their fight against in his fight against Song Yadong, and this will also help him to stop any level changes from Song Yadong. But in all honesty, I don't really remember O'Malley throwing any uppercuts against anyone. But what he will most likely do is the knee in the middle. And this is a perfect situation that happened against Corey Sandhagen. In their fight, Song really couldn't pressure Sandhagen well, and he was not really having a lot of success on the feet. So he started to get a bit frustrated, and in order to close the gap, he started a bit of a level change with this head movement. But Corey Sandhagen immediately read this, and he started throwing a couple of jabs against Song Yadong, and then came up with a knee down in the middle and just landed it clean. And if you remember, this is something that O'Malley used against Chito Vera and Yan. So this is something that O'Malley will be looking for. So Song Yadong should not be just changing levels without any proper setups, because he's quite open when he's doing it. Now to something that I absolutely hate about Song Yadong's techniques is the left hook. You can go back and watch any fights from Song Yadong. His right hand is never near his face. You can you can't really see it from this angle, but it's around here and here also you can see it, because this will give him a lot of leverage to come up with a overhand. But he's not really that much accurate with his left hooks. He also lunges into a lot of his left hooks, and while this covers a lot of gap, this will be a huge opportunity for Sean O'Malley if he misses. Because if he misses, he's going to miss heavy, and Sean O'Malley is going to be waiting with the overhand. Now, don't get me wrong, I like Song Yadong more than I actually like O'Malley. Um, and this is absolutely a winnable fight, but his chances of winning this fight all comes down to how well he's gonna mix his takedowns. I think it's gonna be easier to pressure Sean O'Malley than to pressure someone like Sandhagen or Peter Yan, because they can offensively grapple. So I think Song might find it easier to pressure Sean O'Malley, but but again, this all comes down to how well he's gonna mix things up and how uncomfortable he can make Sean O'Malley. Personally, I like O'Malley's chances against Song Yadong, but it's an MMA fight after all, so anything is very possible. And Song Yadong has more than a lot of chances to win this fight. So one last thing before I end this analysis, I've been showing a lot of holes in his game and shitting on some of his techniques, but something that I really like from Song Yadong is his elbows against the cage. It's beautiful, it's short, and it's very, very nasty. So he usually tries to wrestle people against the cage, and if he thinks he can't really get the takedown, he will slowly come up, puts his head, puts a lot of head pressure, frees his right hand, and then comes up with the elbow over the top. This is something that is very dangerous, and that's something that is probably likely to happen in the fight. And O'Malley needs to be extremely careful against the cage and not let Song Yadong really land this elbow. So what do you guys think? Do you think is Song gonna mix things well and then just dominate him by threatening takedowns or just taking him down? Or do you think he's gonna be a sitting target against O'Malley and we're gonna see another O'Malley striking masterclass? Let me know in the comments, like and subscribe for more breakdowns, and I will see you guys in another video.